Hey y'all, welcome to Growth Rising. For y'all who've been here before, you know that I'm Bird, and on this channel we basically just talk about all things dealing with astrology. And we did just talk about like the different moon signs, and something that's been kind of getting at me lately was different birth charts, because there be some people who say stuff like, why did I have to be born during this time? Or why is this planet in this house? Or why is this planet in this sign? And like basically questioning it. Well, you get what I'm saying. But it's like people don't necessarily want for their birth chart to be the way that it is. And the birth chart is kind of like the body, to be accepting of it, even though nowadays, you can, well, actually, for a while, you can get surgery in your body if you think it's too big or too small. I don't necessarily know about height wise. Some people feel like they're too short, some people feel like they're too tall. I used to be on the side, they'd be like, oh, I'm just so short. I don't know if it seems like it from here, because to me, it looks like I have a long neck. So you would think that I'm taller, but I'm not. But anyway, look, I don't even have notes, but I just know from my life experience and other people's how sometimes you want to see your birth chart differently, or you might want, you know, Jupiter in the 10th house or something like that, to bring wealth to your career. But I'm just going to go over a couple of things to help to accept your birth chart. And like I said, I don't already have notes. It's just from what I've experienced and other people as well. So for one, we always got to know that there's yin and yang, there's light and dark, there's good and bad. Like you cannot have one without the other. Like let's take Libra for example. Like people might think, oh, I hate the fact that I'm a Libra because it takes me forever to make a decision, or I just don't really know what I want, or I'm always putting others before myself, stuff like that. But you can also look at Libra this way. Libra is all about the harmony, and Libra likes to be sure of their decisions. Like Libra's not like Aries. It's not just going to jump in and be like, oh, okay, this is what we're going to do. Libra wants to make sure that when they make a decision, it's the right decision. That's why, people like to be around Libra, and Libra can be like the mediator because, they're going to make sure that the right thing, well, the outcome is the right thing. And that's just like, let's say that your sun is in Pisces or your rising sign is in Pisces. I know people who are Pisces who do not like the fact that they're Pisces because, Pisces is like the most emotional sign. But, like, yes, Pisces are emotional, like all the other water signs. But let's face it, we all have Pisces in our chart. Some people might show more of their Pisces nature than they might of like their Virgo nature. But with Pisces, they're very intuitive. Um, you know, I think it was the real. I just seen a clip of the real, and Tamar Braxton, she was like, y'all listen to me, I'm a Pisces, so I'm a little bit psychic. And she said that Jeannie was gonna be the next one pregnant, which years later, Jeannie was the next one pregnant. But that's just a little example. But like Pisces are very intuitive, and they're very in tune with the spiritual world. So they may be able to tell stuff that's gonna happen, ahead of time. Like it might come in a dream, you might hear it, it might be a vision. I mean, you could be like that so Raven and just go, you know, just zone out, and then all of a sudden you come back to, because you know something that's going to happen within the next couple of hours or within like the next couple of weeks or days or whatever. So that's a couple of things. And we also all have to keep in mind that our birth chart, we all have 12 signs in our birth chart. And we all are going to show these different signs at different parts of our lives. Like your rising sign, that might be what people who actually know you, what they first see. And then, I done talked about the different angles, because you have a rising sign, which is your ascendant, your descendant, your MC or midheaven, and your IC, and all of these are going to be different signs. Um, like I even use myself for example. I know one thing I didn't like is that my Mars is in Cancer. Like, this Mars, which is about drive and passion and all this energy, is in the sign of, you know, nurturing and emotions and, like taking things a lot slower. So my Mars is not necessarily as quick to, is not like I might not be as quick to fight as somebody who has like um Mars and Leo, because my Mars is in Cancer and Cancer is about nurturing, but Mars is about driving. So I just had to sit back myself and think like that, just, because I always notice that I'm not very competitive. Like my family, a lot of people are competitive in my family, but I'm just not. And I just always be thinking we could just be playing for fun. We don't necessarily need, you know, to be playing and then all of a sudden be competitive. But yeah, I always was just think like, let's just play for the fun of it. Because I'm just not very competitive. And when somebody is trying to be competitive with me, it's like, okay. But I can also look at it the other way as like, stuff is not as quick to get up under my skin. Like when somebody's trying to be competitive and it's like, oh, I'm so mad at you because I'm competing with you. For me, it's not like that. It's like, okay, you can be mad, but I'm just going to be here because I'm just doing whatever, I'm here to do. So I also had to look at it that way. And my drive, like, I really do have drive to kick in whenever it comes to my family. Like, you're not going to treat my family any kind of way. So, that warrior side, that warrior side will really stick out whenever it comes to my family, because a lot of stuff just doesn't bother me. Like for somebody who I don't know, like somebody who I don't know might do something, like, okay, whatever, no big deal. Or I might entertain it and then I'll be done because it's really no big deal. But when it comes to my family, that's when I'm like, it's go time. So I kind of had to realize that. And like, it's just different stuff. Like some people might feel like, man, why is my Jupiter in, I don't know, like Capricorn, or why is my Saturn in my first house, which Saturn is like the teacher. And I do just want to say that Saturn is not like a bully or um a sign that, well, a planet that wants to hurt you. Saturn is more like the teacher that wants to discipline you so that you can take those lessons until into your life, like later on, so that you can actually um carry those lessons and actually prosper from that and like grow from that. And you'll be able to just see a lot of good benefits from what you learn from that time with Saturn. And we all, like with the whole progress charts, which we can probably talk about another day. But I just wanted to, get on here to say that, we have to learn to accept our birth charts and to work with them instead of always wishing that it was a different type of way. Because I know for me, I love my birth chart. I mean, of course, I love my birth chart, but there were times whenever I felt like I didn't quite understand why, certain stuff was the way that it was. But also looking back at my birth chart, it also helped me to understand some of the things that I dealt with as a younger child and, even in my teenage years, because that's just the way that I am. Nobody else has my birth chart. It's specifically mine for a reason. And so I just had wanted to put that on out there. So just in case anybody else has been struggling with whatever in their birth chart, just know that there's a good and a bad, yin and a yang, a positive and negative, because one cannot exist without the other. So instead of looking at the negative side of whatever it is on your birth chart that you might not like, look at the positive side, even if it's dealing with your sun sign. You might be thinking, oh, I don't want to be this sun sign because I want to be that sun sign. Think about the positive things that are within your specific sign. And also keep in mind that whatever sign that you might want, you do have that in your chart. And it might just take a little bit longer for you to, you know, bring that to life, depending on where it is in your chart and, all the aspects and everything. But you have all of the signs within you. And no sign is greater than the other, not one. They're all equally great, and they have all of their good sides and their bad sides. They all have their high vibes and their low vibes. And you just want to make sure that you're paying attention to both and not just the lower one, because that's what's going to get you stuck and have you feeling bad. But yeah, I didn't want this video to go on too long, but I just feel like somebody might need to hear that, and I hope that it lands on the right ears. But yeah, so I hope that you all have a great day. And if you have any, comments, concerns, or anything, drop them down below in the comment section. And I don't know, maybe I can make a video about that too. But hope you all appreciate your birth charts and yourselves, your lives, all of that, and have a great day. Bye.